Have you ever taken a moment to observe how wealthy individuals seem to navigate the world of money with an entirely different approach? It's as if they possess some secret playbook or cheat codes, gliding through life effortlessly, while the rest of us struggle with broken tools, like a malfunctioning joystick, burdened by student loans and endless financial stress. But here's the reality. It's not a matter of luck, a random fluke, or even a conspiracy involving sinister billionaire overlords sipping money-laced martinis. The truth is, rich people adhere to a set of unspoken, almost invisible money laws that the vast majority, around 99%, of the population never even discover. If you're unaware of these rules, you're not just playing the game poorly. You're the one being outmaneuvered. In this video, I'm pulling back the luxurious velvet curtain to reveal precisely how the rich safeguard, grow, and pass down their wealth with minimal effort beyond what's necessary. And here's the exciting part. Once you grasp these money laws, your entire perspective on finances will shift irreversibly. This could be a transformative experience for you, a turning point in how you handle money. So, let's dive straight into it. We'll start with law number 10. Pay yourself first, then hide the rest. First, let's consider what most people do when they receive a paycheck. They immediately cover rent, settle utility bills, splurge on impulse purchases from Amazon that they forget about moments later, and, if there's anything left, toss a few dollars into savings. Wealthy individuals, however, flip this script entirely. They treat saving and investing as a non-negotiable priority, like a sacred bill that comes before anything else, before taxes, streaming subscriptions, or daily coffee runs. After paying themselves first, they don't leave that money vulnerable. They strategically hide it away, not under a mattress, but in smart investments, limited liability companies, LLCs, tax-advantaged shelters, and assets that appreciate quietly in the background. Why? Because money sitting idly in a checking account is a temptation dressed up in enticing cologne, begging to be spent. The rich make their wealth difficult to access impulsively, protecting it from their own whims. But protection alone isn't enough. How do they ensure their money grows even when they're not actively working? That leads us to law number 9. Make money while you sleep, or you'll work until you die. Let's be clear. Rich people despise the traditional 9 to 5 grind just as much as you do, if not more. Yet, they don't break free by exhausting themselves with relentless hustle. Instead, they design systems where their money works tirelessly on their behalf. Picture this. It's 3:47 a.m., you're fast asleep, drooling on your pillow like someone oblivious to financial strategy, and halfway across the globe, a stranger purchases your digital course. Instantly, $47 lands in your account, earned without lifting a finger. That's money working for you. Meanwhile, most people wake to an alarm, rush to jobs they dread, and spend their days enriching someone else's wealth. The harsh reality? If you only earn money while you're awake, you'll be trapped in that cycle until your body gives out or your LinkedIn profile reads retired or worse. The rich cracked this code early on. If you've been following my content, you know they don't just work for money. They build systems that generate income autonomously. They write a book once and collect royalties indefinitely. They invest in dividend stocks that pay them quarterly like a faithful financial companion. They own real estate that deposits rent whether they're lounging in Bali or resting in bed. Even something as simple as launching a YouTube channel, like this one, can transform content into a steady cash flow long after the video is uploaded. Before you think, that's great, but I'm not rich yet and can't start, let me challenge that mindset. You don't need millions to begin, you need leverage. Start with a single passive income stream, no matter how small or imperfect. Launch a $10 ebook, share an affiliate link, or build a side hustle with growth potential. Just take the first step. Once your money starts earning while you sleep, even if it's just $2 initially, you're on the path to freedom. Because if you can make $2 without effort, you can scale to $2,000. When this clicks in your mind, you'll never view your time the same way again. Speaking of maximizing that passive income, let's explore how the rich master the tax game like it's a high-stakes Monopoly match. Law number 8. Taxes are a game. Rich people know the rules. This might sting a bit, but it's a lesson worth absorbing. The average person sees taxes as an unavoidable life burden. The rich, however, treat them like a competitive sport, mastering the rules to their advantage. Consider this mind-bending fact. Warren Buffett pays a lower tax rate than his secretary. Let that sink in. Is he cheating? No. He simply understands the system, while most don't even realize there's a game afoot. The tax code wasn't designed to penalize the wealthy. It was crafted by them for those who think strategically like them. While the middle class plays checkers, getting taxed on gross income before seeing a dime, the rich play chess with the IRS. Here's how it works. A middle-class employee pays taxes up front, then lives off what's left. A wealthy entrepreneur, however, earns money, deducts business expenses, and is taxed only on the remainder. For example, a middle-class worker taking a client to lunch pays out of pocket, while a rich business owner writes it off as a deductible expense. The same sandwich, vastly different outcomes. The rich leverage depreciation on real estate to offset income, use LLCs and S corporations to reduce self-employment taxes, and tap into tools like Roth IRAs, Solo 401(k)s, and donor-advised funds. Options most people never encounter until it's too late. While the average person brags about a $4,000 tax refund, the rich hire CPAs to minimize their tax burden legally and strategically. Here's the secret no one shares. You don't need a millionaire's status to use these tools. You just need to adopt a millionaire's mindset. Even tracking side hustle expenses or setting up an LLC can transform your tax situation. The rich don't dodge taxes by chance. They plan meticulously months in advance. Knowing every dollar saved is a soldier advancing their wealth. If you're committed to building life-changing wealth, revisit our Financial Freedom series for a deeper dive. We've crafted step-by-step videos to guide you from middle-class struggles to financial invincibility. Don't forget to subscribe and join the channel to stay updated. Now, with taxes managed, what do you do with that money? If you're smart, you don't hide it under a mattress. You use debt as a tool to multiply it. Law number 7. Debt isn't evil, it's a weapon. You've likely been taught that debt is a villain. Pay it off, destroy your credit cards. Let's set the record straight. Debt itself isn't the enemy, bad debt is. Surprisingly, rich people embrace debt, treating it like a trusted ally. They don't use it to buy consumer goods, they wield it to secure freedom. Compare this. A middle-class individual might take a $40,000 loan for a BMW with heated cup holders, while a rich person borrows $40,000 to buy a rental property, generating $600 monthly cash flow and appreciating in value. Same debt, entirely different futures. The rich use debt to acquire assets, real estate, businesses, equipment that generate income, not liabilities like cars or oversized TVs. They let inflation erode the real value of debt over time. A $500,000 loan today might feel like $350,000 in a decade, while the property bought with it grows to $700,000. They protect cash flow, using debt to scale without depleting reserves, essentially fast-forwarding wealth creation while maintaining liquidity. But what about the risk? Debt for consumption, like an iPhone on credit, can sink you, while debt for creation, like a camera for a YouTube channel, builds value. The rich mitigate risk with buffers, stress tests, and precision, not reckless spending. A wealthy investor once told me, "I never buy properties with my own money. I borrow at 4%, invest in real estate earning 12%, and pocket the spread. The bank takes the risk, I take the return." That's mastering the money game at an elite level. So what do they buy with this debt? Not liabilities. Let's explore law number 6. Assets feed you, liabilities eat you alive. Here's a tough truth. Most people go broke trying to project an image of wealth. The rich grow richer by investing in seemingly dull assets that pay dividends forever. The middle class often mislabels liabilities as assets, their car, house, or a $1,400 iPhone with multiple cameras used for scrolling TikTok. If it doesn't generate monthly income, it's not an asset, it's a liability in disguise. Assets include stocks, rental properties, digital products, businesses, royalties, and dividends. They nourish your finances. Liabilities, car loans, mortgages, forgotten streaming subscriptions, drain you dry. The rich think differently. A middle-class person might finance a Tesla, while a wealthy individual buys a rental property, using its cash flow to cover the Tesla payment later. Assets come first, funding luxuries only after they're self-sustaining. Take Sarah, earning $5,000 monthly. She could splurge on a flashy apartment and leased BMW, or live modestly, investing $2,000 in dividend stocks and a rental. 5 years later, one Sarah is stressed and paycheck dependent, while the other enjoys financial freedom, sipping coffee as her money multiplies. Same income, different paths, assets versus liabilities. Interestingly, the rich often skip flashy purchases until assets cover them, ensuring their lifestyle works for them, not against them. But their restraint extends further. Let's discuss law number 5. Don't flash, stay quiet, move powerfully. Let's play a game. Spot the millionaire. Option A. A guy at the mall flaunting a gold Rolex, designer sneakers, and a rented Lamborghini angled for attention. Option B. A discreet man in a black hoodie, driving a 2012 Toyota Corolla, sipping plain coffee, and keeping to himself. The answer? Option B. Every time. Real wealth whispers. Fake wealth shouts for validation. Flashing cash invites jealousy, unsolicited advice, opportunists, and even IRS scrutiny. Stealth wealth is a deliberate strategy, prioritizing freedom and peace over performance. Warren Buffett, worth over $100 billion, still lives in his modest 1958 home. Mark Zuckerberg wears an $8 gray t-shirt daily. They could buy entire cities, but don't flaunt it on social media. Why? Money is about options, not appearances. The richest people I've met exude quiet confidence. Their wealth speaks for itself. When you stop chasing approval, you redirect funds to actual wealth building, free from the burden of impressing strangers. The ultimate power move? Walking into any room knowing you could buy the building, yet choosing silence. Speaking of power, let's address what the rich guard more fiercely than money: their time. Law number 4. Time is greater than money. Buy it back. Ask yourself, would you prefer $10,000 in your account or 10 hours weekly for the next decade? The rich know money is renewable, but time isn't. An hour lost in traffic or on a pointless task is gone forever. They treat time like oxygen, vital and irreplaceable, buying it back ruthlessly. They hire assistants, outsource chores, and pay for expedited services, not out of laziness, but because their minds are too valuable for menial tasks. Consider this. You might spend a weekend mowing the lawn and cleaning the garage, while a rich person hires help and uses that time to devise a business strategy yielding $50,000 next quarter. The middle class saves $15 by spending 3 hours. The rich spend $15 to save 3 hours, leveraging that time for creativity, strategy, or family. Even if you're not wealthy yet, apply this. Identify tasks you can delegate, order groceries online, automate bills, decline unnecessary meetings. The richest version of you guards time to build freedom. With time reclaimed, the rich focus on ownership. Law number 3. Ownership is everything. Control is king. Would you rather earn $500,000 working for someone else or own an asset generating $5,000 monthly indefinitely? The rich pursue ownership, stocks, intellectual property, businesses, land, royalties, gaining control and leverage for freedom. The poor work for money. The wealthy own the systems producing it, but they don't rely on one stream. Law number 2. Never rely on a single stream of income. One job, one paycheck, one boss is financial roulette. The average millionaire has at least 7 income streams: dividends, rentals, online businesses, royalties, consulting, brand deals, investments. If one falters, they pivot. Start planting seeds now, and your future self will thrive. Finally, law number 1. Wealth is built in decades, not days. Those viral $100,000 in 30 days stories often omit the decade of failures behind them. Wealth grows slowly, then accelerates. The rich embrace long-term thinking, reinvesting profits, ignoring fads, and focusing on fundamentals like compound interest and reputation. While others chase quick riches, the rich play for lasting wealth. The rich aren't born with these insights. They learned the rules and played smarter. If this video shifted your thinking, even by 1%, you're ahead of 99%. Comment, "I will be wealthy," to commit. Saying it aloud makes it real. For a step-by-step guide to growing wealth, check the linked video. Let's build together.